RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Lou Mauser, your local farmer's insurance agent. ConocoPhillips, energy for tomorrow. Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Wood River, caring beyond prescriptions. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Andy's Auto Body in Alton and Maryville, we can fix anything. Alton Toyota, Toyota makes the car, Munganast makes the difference. And the Chuck West Agency, helping business owners for over 46 years.
The count now, 2-2. Here's a swing and a tapper towards short. Hendrick cuts it off, bare hands, and throws on to first for the out.
What a tremendous play there by the pitcher, Thomas Hendrick. I don't think the Marquette infielders were going to be able to get to that ball in time. The only one that had a chance to make the play was Hendrick, bouncing off the mound to his right, barehanding the ball and firing a shot over to the first baseman, Drew Moore, to get him by a step.
That's highlight reel there.
Yeah, it was.
Now to bring in the left-handed hitting Ray Blackwood. Here's a swing and a shot over the third baseman's head for a single. And Blackwood's on with 2 down.
Nice inside-out swing there by Ray Blackwood as the pitch was running in on his hands. He pulled his hands in towards his body and hit a nice soft line drive over the third baseman's head for a single.
Now to bring in the 8-hitter, Josh Robinson, the second baseman. Batting here with 2 down and Blackwood on at first. Right-handed hitter digs in. Hendrick delivers. Swing and a miss. Overpowered him with that pitch. Hendrick back on top. Looks in, gets the sign. Shakes off the first couple. Now a look over at first. Pitch on the way. Swing and a tapper to third baseman. Long throw, and Crutcher will get him at first base, as the first baseman had to come off the bag and put the tag on Josh Robinson. Southwestern strands a runner. Will move on to the bottom of the second with a 2-0 Explorer lead. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Does your auto insurance meet your needs? Is your homeowner's policy covering everything you need it to? Call your local farmer's agent, Lou Mauser, today. He can review your coverages and identify potential gaps and let you know how Farmers Insurance can cover all your insurance needs. Call Farmers Insurance agent Lou Mauser today at 463-7570 or stop by his office that is located across the road from Alton High School. When you need the best insurance at reasonable prices, think of your local Farmers Insurance agent, Lou Mauser.
We're defined by what we pass on to the next generation. The ConocoPhillips Wood River Refinery is a proud neighbor of the Riverbend region. Their employees produce and distribute quality refined products throughout the Midwest in an environmentally safe manner. By using innovative refining processes, they are ready to meet the energy challenges of the future, so we can pass on what matters most to the ones who matter most. ConocoPhillips, energy for tomorrow.
Back at Gordon-Moore Park, Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis, and it's Keenan Everlin leading things off for the Explorers, who have a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a drive into left field, sends the left fielder back, looking over his shoulder, and this one is out of here. A home run by Keenan Everlin.
What a swing by Keenan Everlin as that ball was up in the zone of touch. He tomahawks it out over the left center field wall for a home run to lead off the second inning of the Explorers.
Makes the score 3-0 in favor of the Explorers. And the Explorers come out with the bats here early on.
He got some nice backspin on that ball. He swung down on the ball, barreled straight through the top half, and then sailed out of here.
That brings in Stephen Edley. And the first pitch to him down in the dirt for a ball. Edley, the right fielder, wears 33 and bats from the right side. Pitch on the way from Ryan Cox, and a swing and a shot at the third baseman. Can't handle it. Past him. And Etley rounds first. He'll hold up there.
Yeah, that ball was hit hard by Stephen Etley, but a ball that third baseman should have caught. It was a line drive hit right at him and just tipped right off his glove and rolled out into left field. And another base runner for the Explorers.
Much different story than the last time these two teams met. Southwestern winning that one 19-1.
Overall in the season, Southwestern has swung the bats very well, but of late they have struggled a touch and driving in runs and getting the amount of hits they were early in the year.
Here's a throw over, and Etley back safely. Blake Hayden, the batter now, the DH, a left-handed hitter, shows bunt, pulls back, takes a ball outside. 1-0 the count on Blake Hayden. Hayden hitting for the pitcher, Hendrick. Here's another throw over by Cox, and back safely again is Etley.
When I was speaking with Coach Hanslow before the game, he had said that he felt like the team needed an early spark to get them going here today.
Here's a bunt attempt that's fouled back to the fence.
And it seems like just the opposite has happened. It seems like Marquette is the one that has gotten the early spark and has jumped out on top here early.
1-1 the count on Blake Hayden with Etley down at first. Pitch from Cox. Hayden shows bunt again and pulls back to take ball 2. Cox back on the hill. Looks in, gets a sign. Comes to the belt, the pitch. He takes strike 2. 2-2 now the count on Blake Hayden.
Well, it looked like the sack bunt was on, but Hayden chose not to bunt that pitch. It was a good-looking fastball. Cut the plate in half.
Here's a swing and a ground ball through the hole on the right side. Rounding second and digging for third is Etley. The throw over there in time, but Etley sliding in safely. And that leaves runners at first and third.
That was some good base running there by Stephen Etley as he never hesitated coming around second base. He thought third base the whole way and was able to get over there.
Hayden pulling that ball through the hole on the right side, and that sets up runners at first and third and a meeting on the hill.
My dentist is like part of the family. He's always gone out of his way to make things as painless as possible for me. He's kind of like my American Family Insurance agent. Whenever I've got a problem, my agent solves it quickly, and it never requires Novocaine. I think my dentist could take some pointers from my agent. American Family Insurance. The family you choose.
American Family Insurance.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062.
Need a body shop? Andy's Auto Body on Broadway in Alton.
And the meeting's over, and that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Zach Eggering, who flied to center his first time. Eggering, the catcher for the Explorers, digs in from the right side. Runners on at first and third with nobody out. Eggering takes the first one for strike 1 across the outside corner. Next one on the way, and it's downstairs, and the count even now at 1-1.
It's a big opportunity here for the Explorers. Now they got the top of the order up.
1-1 pitch from Cox, a swing and a ground ball to second. Second baseman over to short for 1. The relay back to first in time, and the double play will play to run for the Explorers.
Well, that was a nice play by the Southwestern defense there. Nice 4-6-3 double play. You'll trade 2 outs for that run every time if you're Coach Hanslow in that situation.
Another run home for the Explorers makes it 4-0 and brings in Travis Zulig, a left-handed hitter. Zulig singled and scored his last time. First one from Cox is outside for ball 1. The 1-0 on the way to Zulik, and he swings through it for strike one. The count even at 1-1.
Ran that fastball in on his hands, and Zulik couldn't get the bat to it.
There's a swing and a miss, and the count now 1-2.
It was a good changeup there by Ryan Cox. That's the first changeup he's thrown this season.
The 1-2 is Cox working quickly, misses outside, and it's 2-2 on Travis Zulik. The 2-2 down low, and the count goes full now on Zulik, the center fielder for the Explorers. Left-hander now steps out, takes back in. Cox up on the hill, ready. The 3-2 swing and a shot towards right. That's a single, and Zulik on with his second hit.
It was a good-looking swing there by Zulik as he stroked that fastball into right center field. Full count. He was looking for the fastball, got the fastball, turned on it, and nice line drive off the bat of Travis Zulik.
That brings in J.T. File, the shortstop for the Explorers, who singled his last time, advanced on an error, and ended up scoring. Ryan Cox to the belt. Pitch on the way to File, sails outside for ball one. J.T. File, the shortstop for the Explorers, a right-handed hitter. Zulik leads away from first, a throw over, not in time. Back safely is Zulik. File waits on the 1-0 from Cox. In there for a strike, and the count even at 1-1. Cox comes to the belt, working quickly. The 1-1. Swing and a miss by File. Now they get the runner picked off, but he's going to make it down to second as the catcher threw behind him down at first, and the throw was kind of low.
The base runner did a nice job. When he realized he was hung out there, he just took off for second, and a little bit of a juggle by the first baseman catching the ball, and then Zulik was able to get over to second base. Good throw by Adam Wallace. They had him picked off.
1-2 to File. Swing and a tapper to second. Second baseman Robinson will throw on for the final out here in the bottom of the second inning. But the Explorers get two more, including a homer by Keenan Everlin. They now lead 4-0 over the Southwestern Piasaw Birds. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're now approaching the island of Bora Bora. Enjoy your stay.
This beautiful home contains 8 bedrooms, 2 family rooms, and a private jacuzzi just off the master bedroom.
Hey, anybody up for a cruise in my sweet boat?
What are you going to do with all the money you save from buying your car at Roberts Motors?
Roberts Motors in Alton or online at RiverBender.com.
Your kids now have kids of their own. I'm State Farm Agent Tom Lane. With just a simple gift, your grandchildren may experience a lifetime of life insurance. Give me a call at 377-8912 in Bethalto to discuss the many options that are available to provide your grandchildren with a gift of life. For great products and service that are available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, call me, Tom Lane, at 377-8912.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. We're in the top of the third inning and leading things off. The number 9 hitter, Ryan Gray, and he taps the first one foul. Gray, the shortstop, right-handed hitter, digs in and takes the next one outside. The count now even at 1-1. Thomas Hendrick back to the hill for the Explorers, has allowed a couple hits, stranded both runners, and has a couple of strikeouts. Here's a swing and a miss by Ryan Gray.
Hendrick did a good job of running that cutter away from Gray there, out over the outside corner.
A 1-2 pitch now on the way to Gray, and this one sails outside. The count now 2-2 on Ryan Gray. Hendrick ready now. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And the third strikeout victim for Thomas Hendrick.
Nice hard fastball there from Hendrick, and Gray couldn't catch up to it.
Had to bring in Cole Lawson and led the ball game off with a single. Stole second, was stranded at third. Lawson, the right fielder for the Piasaw Birds. Right-handed hitter. Pitch on the way to him from Hendrick, and it sails outside for ball one. Hendrick back on top, ready now with a 1-0. This one inside. Lawson had to pull his hands back a bit, and the count now 2-0 on Cole Lawson.
This is one of the first 2-0 counts I think we've seen Hendrick in today.
This one just missing on the outside part, and the count is now 3-0 on Cole Lawson. Lawson taking all the way and takes a strike. The count now 3-1.
Lawson may be taking again here as the Piasaw Birds in desperate need of base runners, down by 4.
3-1 from Hendrick. And he misses, and Lawson will draw the first walk allowed by Hendrick so far today. Lawson's been on base twice now, and he stole second the last time he was down at first.
He's showing why he's in that leadoff spot. Getting on base, swiping bags.
Connor Kessinger at the dish for the Piasaw Birds. The left fielder, a right-handed hitter. Hendrick throwing over, and Lawson diving back in safely. Hendrick now back on top, comes to the belt. Swing and a tapper to short. Foul with the handle over to second for one. The relay not in time over at first. They get the lead runner.
Good play by Fowl going to his right there, getting the fielder's choice at second base. Everlyn made the throw to first, and first baseman Drew Moore had to come off the bag to block the ball. Good job by big number 35 over there.
Ryan Cox will dig in now, the pitcher for Southwestern. Grounded to the first baseman, his first time up. Lawson, or Kessinger with the lead from first, and ball one sails outside to Cox. Hendrick, check of the runner, delivers, swing and a miss and a big rip by Cox, and he come up short. Count even at 1-1 on Ryan Cox, trying to help himself out here with Kessinger down at first. Pitch, swing, and a drive into center. Center fielder going back, has a beat on it, under it, and will squeeze it for the final out here at the top of the third. Southwestern strands yet another runner. Move to the bottom of the third with the Explorers leading 4-0. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
There's a long pass, and looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Hi, George Weber. Weber Chevrolet's year-end clearance is underway, making now a great time to save money when you buy and when you drive. Through the end of the month, we are offering the highest sales incentives of the year. And no matter what you hear in the media, believe me, our financing is still as available and aggressive as it's ever been, if not more. Combine that with our great incentives and you have the lowest payments of the year. And that's just the start of the great values at Weber Chevrolet in Granite City, Illinois. Or check us out on the web at webergc.com.
Back at Gordonmore Park, Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. We're in the bottom of the third as Danny Crutcher is set to lead things off here in the bottom of the third on WBGZ Alton. Cox's first one in there for a strike. Now the next one, Crutcher hits towards second. Robinson with a nice stab and a throw on in time.
Yeah, that was a very nice play by the second baseman, Robinson, as he had to go about 2 or 3 steps to his right and slid to make a sliding catch and throw over to first base. Crutcher hit that ball hard, right back up the middle.
That brings in Joe Dunn, who reached on an error. Left-handed hitter waits on the first one from Cox, swings at it, bounces it right back to the hill, and Cox on to first for the second out. Quickly 2 down.
Yeah, so far so good. This is what the Pie-Saw Birds need here, a quick inning to get back in there and get the sticks going.
That'll bring in Drew Moore, the first baseman, who's 0 for 1, and bounced to the shortstop his last time. First one to him, sails outside for ball 1. The 1-0 to Moore is in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1 on Drew Moore. Big right-handed stick for the Explorers. Swings at this one, taps it down the third baseline foul, and the count now 1-2.
It was a good pitch there by Cox. Had Moore way out on his front foot, tapped a foul down third baseline.
1 ball, 2 strike count now on Drew Moore, the first baseman for the Explorers. Right-handed hitter digs back in. Cox ready, here it comes. In the dirt, and a nice block behind the dish. Ball 2, 2-2 now. Cox is 2-2 to Moore. Swing and a grounder to third. Right over the bag, third baseman can't come up with it. Moore going to be safe at first.
It's been a tough day so far for the third baseman. Another error there to allow Drew Moore to get on base. It was just a routine ground ball right down the line, and he's looking at his glove wondering how the heck that just happened.
Moore on at first for Keenan Everlin, who hit a long drive over the left field wall his first time up. Throw over and Moore back safely. Moore the lead from first. The first one to Everlin. Has to skip out of the way of that one for ball 1.
That one looked as if it may have nicked his leg as it was coming in.
Moore leads, a throw over, and back safely is Drew Moore over at first. Everlin, right-hander, digs back in. Pitch coming. In there for a strike. Count even at 1-1 on Keenan Everlin. Moore, the lead from first as Ryan Cox gets his sign, comes to the belt and delivers. Strike 2 to Keenan Everlin.
It was a good off-speed pitch there by Cox. Everlin looked like he wasn't expecting that pitch.
The 1-2 to Everlin, swing and a miss, and they strike out Everlin to bring it in to the top of the third. This time, the Explorers strand a runner. We move to the bottom of the third inning with the Explorers leading 4-0 over the Pie-Saw Birds. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park, Lloyd Hopkins Field. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis as Adam Wallace leads things off for Southwestern with a 1-0 count on him. Hendrick brings the next one home. Sails outside, the count 2-0 on Adam Wallace.
Well, Hendrick takes the mound here in the top of the fourth with a 4-0 lead. has to feel pretty good for him.
Here's a shot towards center. Center fielder right there takes a few steps back and hauls it in for out number one. That one hit on a beat.
Sure was. That might have been the hardest ball hit yet tonight. Got a feel for Adam Wallace after that one. He smokes a line drive right to center field, and the Marquette Explorer center fielder had him played perfectly. He hit it right at him.
That brings in E.J. Krause, the designated hitter. That's from the left side and swings through the first one for strike one. Was a strikeout victim his first time, one of 3 strikeouts for Hendrick. Pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-2 quickly on E.J. Krause. Krause batting for Seth Rich, the third baseman. Here's a pitch sailing outside, and the count now 1-2 on E.J. Krause. Hendrick shakes off a couple, now ready. The 1-2. Swing and a flare out to short, hauled in by File, and there's 2 away.
Krause hit that off the very end of the bat, right off the cap, and it just fluttered on out there to shortstop, and J.T. File made the catch.
That brings in Cole Hagan, the first baseman, who's 0 for 1. Bounce back to Hendrick, his first time up. Bats from the right side. And swings through the first one for strike one. Hagan, the first baseman for Southwestern, wears 22. The 0-1 from Hendrick. And it sails outside. The count 1-1 now on Cole Hagan. Hendrick has had a base runner in each inning. And this one's grounded to short. File has to come up on it. The throw in time over at first. And 1-2-3 goes Southwestern in the top of the fourth. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 4 with a score 4-0 in favor of the Explorers. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Yeah, my hairstylist is like family. When pool water turned my hair green, she came over right away. Now that kind of commitment is a lot like my American Family Insurance agent. When our washing machine flooded the basement, my agent showed up wearing knee-high rubber boots. My agent understands that the ultimate coverage isn't a piece of paper, it's peace of mind. American Family Insurance, the family you choose.
American Family Insurance.
Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062.
Need a body shop? Andy's Auto Body on Broadway in Alton.
Stephen Etley to lead things off, takes strike one from Ryan Cox.
It was a good breaking ball from Ryan Cox there to start the inning.
The next one on the way sails outside. The count now even at 1-1. The next one outside. The count 2-1 on Etley, who reached on an error his last time and scored. There's a strike in there to Etley, and the count now even at 2-2 on the right-handed hitter, the right fielder for the Explorers. Here's a tapper out to short. Shortstop Gray with it, fires on to first for the out, and there's one away.
Etley just got out around that baseball there. Hit a ground ball to the shortstop, and one down here to start the fourth inning. Cox has pitched pretty well this afternoon. Just had given up some hits after crucial errors. He's got 3 errors behind him by his defense this afternoon.
That brings in Blake Hayden. And he takes the first one outside for a ball. Hayden singled his last time and was stranded. Actually erased in the double play. Here's a pop-up. And the shortstop, Underwood Gray, will squeeze it for out number 2.
Cox did a good job again there of running his two-seam fastball away from the left-handed hitter. Hayden got it off the end of the bat and an easy pop-up on the infield.
Back to the top of the order now, and Zach Eggering, the catcher, who's 0 for 2. Fly to center in the first and head into a double play as last time. Right-handed bat takes the first one for a strike from Ryan Cox. Cox ready with the next one, the 0-1, and it's in there for called strike 2. Quickly 2 strikes on Zach Eggering. Here's one in the dirt. And the count now 1-2 on Eggering. Cox ready with a 1-2. Swing and a grounder out to Robinson at second. Robinson takes his time, flips on to first for the final out, and 1-2-3 go the Explorers. In the bottom of the 4th, we move to the top of the 5th with a score 4-0 in favor of Marquette. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Toyota has more cars with an EPA highway estimate over 30 miles per gallon than any other car company on the road today. Camry, Matrix, Corolla, Yaris, Solara, and Prius. So no matter how high gas prices get, you can keep moving forward.
Business owners all around the Riverbend have been turning to Chuck West Agency for over 46 years for help with employee benefits, retirement planning, and life insurance solutions. Retirement planning is one of the most crucial concerns for business owners and employees, so let Chuck West Agency help you find sound, innovative ways to meet these challenges. Give Chuck West a call at 618-462-6880 or email info@chuckwestagency.com.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Tennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. And leading things off is Ray Blackwood. He takes strike 1 from Thomas Hendrick working into the 5th.
Blackwood had a single his last at bat.
Left-handed hitter. Waits on the 0-1. It's upstairs and the count 1-1. Piasaw Birds coming to this one with a perfect record in the conference at 6-0. 0-1-1 on the way to Blackwood. And it stays down. And the count 2-1 on Ray Blackwood. Hendrick brings home the 2-1. Swing and a tap into the mitt. And the count 2-2 now on Blackwood.
Blackwood had a good rip at that one. Foul tipped it straight into the catcher Eggering's mitt.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a foul off over the Explorer dugout. Blackwood stays alive. Looking for his second hit of the day. 2-2 pitch on the way from Hendrick. Swing and a ground ball to second. Second baseman will throw on to first from number 1.
Oh, Blackwood hit it pretty well, but he had just a ground ball right at the second baseman, Keenan Everland. Everland did a nice job fielding it and tossing over to first base for the out.
Brings in Josh Robinson over 1. Grounded to the shortstop his last time. 5 in a row set down by Hendrick. Robinson digs in from the right side and takes strike 1.
Well, that's been a consistent theme here this evening. 0-1, 0-1, 0-1. Seems like Hendrick's had on every hitter.
Here's a swing and a ground ball to short. File over, scoops it up, fires on to Drew Moore for out number 2.
Did a good job getting that fastball down in the zone, getting the ground ball.
At 6 in a row now, set down by Hendrick as Ryan Gray, the number 9 hitter, gets set to dig in from the right side. Struck out his last time. Strike one to Ryan Gray. Hendrick back out in front of this hitter. There's strike two to Gray.
Does your auto insurance meet your needs? Is your homeowner's policy covering everything you need it to? Call your local farmer's agent, Lou Mauser, today. He can review your coverages and identify potential gaps and let you know how Farmers Insurance can cover all your insurance needs. Call Farmers Insurance agent Lou Mauser today at 463-7570 or stop by his office that is located across the road from Alton High School. When you need the best insurance at reasonable prices, think of your local Farmers Insurance agent, Lou Mauser.
We're defined by what we pass on to the next generation. The ConocoPhillips Wood River Refinery is a proud neighbor of the Riverbend region. Their employees produce and distribute quality refined products throughout the Midwest in an environmentally safe manner. By using innovative refining processes, they are ready to meet the energy challenges of the future, so we can pass on what matters most to the ones who matter most. ConocoPhillips, energy for tomorrow.
And he takes strike one. Zulig singled both times. Singled and scored in the first and singled in the second. Takes strike two from Ryan Cox, who has really settled down since that second inning. Here's a swing and a miss, and Zulig goes down swinging.
It was a good changeup there. He had the hitter 0-2, and he threw that changeup and just dropped right out of the zone away from the hitter. He swung over the top of it. That's how we begin the bottom of the fifth.
Second strikeout for Ryan Cox, and that'll bring in J.T. File, who singled and scored in the first and grounded out in the second. Swings and shoots this one into left. Left fielder on the run will haul it in for out number two.
File hit that ball well. He just didn't quite get enough of it to get over the left fielder's head.
That's 6 straight now set down by Ryan Cox. He has set down 8 of the last 9 he's faced. Danny Crutcher set to dig in. 0 for 2. It's grounded to the second baseman both times, but drove home a run back in the first inning with an RBI ground out to second. Takes the first one downstairs for ball one from Ryan Cox.
It was that ground out that scored the run that could have been potential ending inning double play had there not been the air on the center fielder that allowed the runners to advance.
Here's a swing and a drive down the third baseline that's fair. Crutcher going to round first and head for second. Left fielder over with a strong throw, and Crutcher going to hold up at first base.
Crutcher hit that ball hard. He stayed on the ground, but he got it right down over the third base bag for what would have been a double, you would have thought, out of the box, but the left fielder did a tremendous job getting to the ball quickly and holding him to a single.
It's Connor Kessinger out in left field. There's a throw over and back safely is Crutcher. Kessinger showing them wheels as he sped over to the line to cut that one off and made a strong throw back in to hold Crutcher at first. Here's ball two to Joe Dunn. Ball one. Next one on the way, and Dunn fists it past the shortstop, and down to second goes Crutcher. Runners on at first and second now for the Explorers.
Now that's been a couple, 2 or 3 times today that the Explorers have hit that hole right there, what they call the 5.5 gap over there, right between the third baseman and the shortstop. Dunn peppered it through there, and it's first and second, and the Explorers trying to add to their lead here.
And Drew Moore will bat, who reached on an error his last time and grounded to short back in the first. First one to him is outside and low for a ball. Cox delivers. Down low again. The count now 2-0 on Drew Moore.
Good situation here for Drew Moore.
Pitch, swing, and a shot out to second past Robinson's glove. And 1 run may score. Here comes Crutcher around third. A good strong throw, but Crutcher going to sneak in behind the catcher, Wallace. Ball gets past him, and runners for the Explorers end up at second and third.
Well, Moore really stung that ball out towards second. The second baseman had a tough time trying to handle it, and I don't even think he got to the ball. I think it was out of his reach and by him before he knew it. A good throw by the right fielder there for the Pie-Saw Birds, but the throw short-hopped the catcher, and the run was able to score.
Second baseman probably should have had that ball. Here's the next Explorer hitter. It's Keenan Everlin, who swings through the first one for strike one. Everlin homered back in the second and struck out in the third. Next one on the way, and it's down low for a ball to Keenan Everlin.
Once again, Adam Wiles blocking a off-speed pitch in the dirt, which would have scored a run.
Here's a swing and a fly ball over the first baseman's head, out of play. And the count 1-2 now on Keenan Everlin. Runners at second and third for the Explorers with 2 down. Explorers with their 5th run here in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss by Everlin, and that brings it in to the bottom of the 5th as Ryan Cox gets a couple of strikeouts. The Explorers strand 2 and will move to the 6th with a score 5-0 in favor of the Explorers. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
What do I have to do to sell you a car?
Roberts Motors, easy to get to, just off Highway 67 or Highway 3 in Alton.
So we'll retire to the mountains.
Oh, but I love the ocean.
There are places you want to get to in life, like retirement. And now your State Farm agent can help guide you with the free State Farm Insurance and Financial Review to prioritize your needs and help you plan a roadmap for your financial future.
Come on, nothing beats pine trees.
Except for palm trees.
Call and schedule yours today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Contact Tom Lane to lay out your roadmap to retirement today at 377-8912 across from Gino's 140 Club in Bethalto.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. Strike one sails into Cole Lawson. Hendrick back to the hill for the Explorers, pitching a 2-hit shutout, and there's strike 2 to Cole Lawson. Top of the 6th, 7 straight set down by Hendrick. The 0-2 to Lawson. Swing, a tap foul, and the count remains 0-2.
Hendrick just keeps pumping those strikes in there.
It's paid off for him today as he shut out this hard-hitting Southwestern team. Lawson digs in from the right side. Hendrick ready with the 0-2. There's strike 3 called on Cole Lawson.
That fastball was right on the black on the outside corner. That's a tough pitch to hit for Cole Lawson there.
5th strikeout for Thomas Hendrick, and that'll bring in Connor Kessinger. A left fielder for Southwestern digs in from the right side. First one from Hendrick is outside for ball 1. Kessinger 0 for 2 today, reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd and struck out in the 1st. Here's a swing and a smash to 3rd. Crutcher comes up with it and fires on to Drew Moore for out number 2.
What Kessinger stung that ball towards Crutcher at third, but it was right at him. A nice hard one-hopper. Crutcher came up with it, and an easy play for the big third baseman.
That brings in Ryan Cox, who's 0 for 2. Fly to center in the third, and grounded to first in the first inning. 9 straight now retired by Hendrick as Cox fouls the first one off down the first base line. Next one on the way, and it's taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Cox waits on the 1-1 from Hendrick. Swing and a miss. Quickly 1-2 on this hitter. We've said that a lot today.
Yeah, Cox is late on that fastball, as most of the Pioneer hitters have been today.
0-2 from Hendrick. Swing and a foul straight back. Just missed that one.
That one looked to be a slider there, possibly a curveball out of the hand of Hendrick. And, you know, in that situation, when you're blowing the fastball by him, you just want to stick with it. Anything you throw off speed, it just speeds up the hitter's bat. It's able for him to get the bat on the ball.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a tapper out front. Catcher fields it, but in foul ground.
Another good hard fastball there that Cox was just able to get the bat on.
Cox digs back in. Waits on the 1-2 and pops this one up. Crutcher headed toward the dugout and will lose this one out of play. The count remains 1-2 on Ryan Cox. Hendrick ready. Here it comes. And Cox battling up there, fouls another one off.
Cox is definitely not giving in to Hendrick. He's giving him everything he's got.
Ryan Cox, the right-hander, waits on the 1-2. Fouls another one off.
Well, the last two have been fastballs. He's starting to time the fastball a little bit better as the hitter here. This might be where Hendrick wants to go back to that curveball.
Hendrick shakes off the first one, brings home the 1-2, and there's a swing and a tap out front. Hendrick will handle this one and throw on to first for the final out here in the top of the 6th inning. We move to the bottom of the 6th, 4-0 or 5-0 in favor of the Explorers. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Hi, George Weber. Weber Chevrolet's year-end clearance is underway, making now a great time to save money when you buy and when you drive. Through the end of the month, we are offering the highest sales incentives of the year. And no matter what you hear in the media, believe me, our financing is still as available and aggressive as it's ever been, if not more. Combine that with our great incentives and you have the lowest payments of the year. And that's just the start of the great values at Weber Chevrolet in Granite City, Illinois. Or check us out on the web at WeberGC.com.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park, Lloyd Hopkins Field. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. We move now to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Explorers, who lead 5-0 over the Southwestern Pine-Sol Birds.
Leading off for the Explorers, the right fielder, number 33, Stephen Utley.
Etley set to lead things off, the right fielder for Marquette. Reached on an error and scored in the 2nd and grounded to short in the 4th. Ryan Cox back to the hill for Southwestern. And the first one down low for a ball to Etley. Cox has pitched a pretty good ball game. He's had some errors behind him that's hurt him. He's given up 9 hits. Pitch down low to Etley. It's 2-0.
You know, both pitchers have done an excellent job of throwing strikes here today. Pitching to contact and, keeping the game moving.
There's a strike that drops in there on Etley, and it's 2-1. The Explorers have found some holes today with the bats, and Southwestern seems to be hitting them right at players. There's a swing and a miss, and the count now 2-2 on Etley. Cox brings the 2-2 home, and Etley swings and misses. Another strikeout for Ryan Cox. That's now his 4th. He had 2 in the last inning.
Etley had him 2-1 count. Cox made a nice pitch on 2-1 with a breaking ball and was able to throw it for a strike, and then came back with it again on the 2-2 pitch and got Etley to swing through it.
Brings in the DH, Blake Hayden. He swings at the first one, shoots it over the first baseman's head and down into the right field corner. Hayden rounding first. Here comes the throw from the right fielder. A strong throw, and they'll get him at second base. What an arm out there in right field.
Wow, what a throw by the right fielder out there, Cole Lawson. Hayden smoked that ball over the first baseman's head into the corner. Lawson threw it in the air from the foul pole. He was out there right at the warning track, right near the foul pole, and threw it in the air to second base and gunned Hayden, stopped him from a double.
Beat him by a full step at least. And that brings in Zach Eggering. He takes the first one for ball 1.
Well, Ryan Cox has to appreciate that, that's for sure.
I appreciated that. Gun out there in right field. Here's a swing and a grounder to short. Gray up with it, over to first for the final out here in the bottom of inning number 6. 5-0 in favor of the Explorers. We move to the 7th. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Make life easy for yourself at the United Methodist Village.
With no more stairs and no more home upkeep in a spacious apartment or villa home, with no upfront endowment and just one monthly fee, you stay in control of your finances. Now that's easy and smart. Countryside living that is fun, neighborly, and only minutes from the Clark Bridge. The United Methodist Village, where living is easy.
I only wish I'd have moved here sooner.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. We move to the top of the 7th, and Southwestern down to their final 3 outs with Adam Wallace, the cleanup hitter, leading things off, and he takes ball 1. Explorers a chance to move into a first-place tie with a win. There's strike 1, Adam Wallace. Explorers at 7-1 in the conference. The Southwestern at 6-0. Next one, swing and a foul off. And the count 1-2 now on Adam Wallace. I guess a half-game lead with an Explorer win, huh?
Yeah, it would put him a half game up just simply out of having more wins.
Here's a pitch down in the dirt. And the count even now on Adam Wallace.
I'm sure by the time it's all said and done, both teams will have the same amount of games played. But for the time being, it would put the Explorers ahead of the Visaw Birds.
Here's a swing and a miss by Wallace. Another strikeout for Hendrick. And 11 straight now, retired by Thomas Hendrick.
Yeah, good sink on that fastball. Most of his good fastballs here today have had a little bit of run on them away from the hitters. That one sunk out of the strike zone.
6th strikeout victim for Hendrick today. C.J. Krause digs in. He struck out in the 2nd and popped a short in the 4th. Takes the first one upstairs for a ball. 1-0 the count on E.J. Krause, the DH today. Hendrick brings home the 1-0. In there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. I can only think of one time I've seen Hendrick fall behind a hitter today. The 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1.
And I think he ended up walking him, I believe.
I think you're right. He's been all around the strike zone today. 2-1 the count on Krause. Here's a swing and a foul back, and the count even at 2-2.
You know, in the rare instances where he has fallen behind, whether it's been 2-1 or even the rare occasion of 1-0, he just comes right back at him with a fastball pretty much right there, saying, okay, here you go ahead and hit it or not.
Next one on the way, the 2-2. Krause down low and the count goes full. Krause digs back in from the left side. 3-2 pitch on the way to him. Swing, foul off. And we'll do it all again.
The umpire seems to be out of baseballs.
It's late in the day.
He's turning to both benches with his arms spread open, begging for baseballs.
3-2 count on the hitter, E.J. Krause. Swing and a miss. And Hendrick with another K.
Once again, he just threw the fastball right there and was able to get it by E.J. Krause.
7th strikeout for Hendrick, and he's maybe stepped it up a notch here in the final inning. Back-to-back Ks. Cole Hagen, the final opportunity for Southwestern with 2 away here, takes it down low for ball 1.
Well, the Paso Birds down to their final out. See if Hagen can keep the game going.
He's put the bat on the ball twice, but grounded out twice. Here's a shot back up the middle, and this game's still on.
And Hagen hit that ball well. Hendrick threw another fastball in the strike zone. And he stayed back on it that time and punched it up the middle with authority.
Brings in Ray Blackwood, who's 1 out of 2, singled back in the 2nd inning and grounded to second in the 5th. That breaks a string, and 12 in a row sent down by Hendrick. There's a swing and a foul straight back by Blackwood. He just missed it.
Yeah, Blackwood was all over that one. Fouled it straight back.
But Hendrick out in front of him at 0-1.
That's one you would love to have back as a hitter.
Blackwood up there swinging at the first one and fouling it off. It's 0-1. The next one misses for a ball. It's 1-1. Hendrick to the stretch. Shakes off the side, checks the runner, comes to the belt. Swing and a drive down the third baseline, foul. And the count now 1-2 on Blackwood. Southwestern down to their final strike.
Let's see what Hendrick decides to go with in this 1-2 count.
Runner leads from first. Pitch, swing and a miss, and he strikes out the side in this ball game. The Explorers win it 5-0, and we'll be back to wrap it up after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Toyota has more cars with an EPA highway estimate over 30 miles per gallon than any other car company on the road today. Camry, Matrix, Corolla, Yaris, Solara, and Prius. So no matter how high gas prices get, you can keep moving forward.
Business owners all around the Riverbend have been turning to Chuck West Agency for over 46 years for help with employee benefits, retirement planning, and life insurance solutions. Retirement planning is one of the most crucial concerns for business owners and employees, so let Chuck West Agency help you find sound, innovative ways to meet these challenges. Give Chuck West a call at 618-462-6880 or email info@chuckwestagency.com. RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Lou Mauser, your local farmer's insurance agent. ConocoPhillips, energy for tomorrow. Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Weber Granite City Chevrolet. United Methodist Village, where living is easy. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Wood River, caring beyond prescriptions. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Andy's Auto Body in Alton and Maryville, we can fix anything. Alton Toyota, Toyota makes the car, Munganast makes the difference. And the Chuck West Agency, helping business owners for over 46 years.